how was your week?
It was okay. It was going really good. And then I got sick out of nowhere. So I was in the bed for most of the week and the weekend. So I'm finally, as of like yesterday, feeling like 100%, but my voice is still gone. So we're
Oh, I
working on
know.
it. But
It's like
besides that,
last week I was like, oh my gosh, I hope she feels better.
I know. I'm sorry I had to cancel on you guys. I was like so out of it.
It's okay. They're showing you so much love in the comments. They're saying you're
I
killing it. We know she's killing it on the show.
Ah, thank you guys. Oh, so
Okay, so
tell
first
Terry
off,
to hold on.
first off, I do want to thank you for taking the time out to do this interview because I know that you're super busy. I had a chance to talk to you briefly and hear your story. So I'm going to ask you a few questions so we can share your journey with people that may not know it. Um, you're a great example at 26 years of age of Black Girl Magic. You've been in the Broad Story, BT's Boomerang, Fox's Star, which was one of my favorite shows, Tyler Perry's Sisters,
Yeah,
and now the hottest show out, BMF.
right.
So let's just get into this interview, and I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Okay. So,
So, first off, walk me through your childhood. What were your likes and dislikes? Who were you as a child?
so I feel like since I can remember, I've been like a performer. So, like when I was young, I loved like Beyonce and like I'd come up with like little routines to her videos, like me and my cousins and put on shows and everything. So I've always been into performing, but I was a dancer starting out. So my brother was an actor. He was like a child actor. He was on a show on the WB called Like Family at the age of like 6 or 7. So yes, so at that age, I was like really, really young. So I kind of watched him and kind of went behind him. So I pretty much am saying I have been in the industry since I can remember. But like I said, the acting didn't come until a couple of years ago. But I was a dancer and then I transitioned into modeling. And then as I got older, I started getting into acting kind of behind my brother. So I've been around, not in acting, like I said, but around for a while.
That's dope. You had me at dancing because I cannot dance. So, like, maybe one day in the future you can teach me how to dance because I cannot dance to save
Right.
my life at all.
That's too funny. Yes, that is my first love. Like dancing, hip hop dancing is my number one. But like I said, of course, I love acting as well. But I love, love, love to dance.
That's dope. So,
Yeah.
you're from Atlanta, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so how was it growing up in Black Hollywood? Like, how was that scene?
Right. Okay. So it's crazy. I feel like growing up, it was nowhere near as big as it is now in Atlanta.
Hmm.
I feel like LA was like the Hollywood. I feel like as of the last couple years is when it really started getting crazy because even my brother, like I said, like when he would book shows, we'd have to go to LA, we'd have to he had an Atlanta agent, but it was like smaller roles. But now Atlanta has grown so much where they're casting major, major roles right here. And so but when I was growing up, like I said, it wasn't really as big of a Black Hollywood as it is now. So me and my family ended up being in LA because my brother was filming that show. So I wasn't in Black Hollywood growing up. I kind of was in LA and then came to Black Hollywood as I've gotten older. So, but I love it. It's like so much opportunity, especially for Black people and young upcoming artists. It's like Atlanta has been the best place to be, honestly.
That's dope. I love Atlanta and I cannot wait to move there because
Yeah.
it's so lit. Like, I
Oh,
love
right.
seeing Black people doing their things, like, no
Hmm.
bad vibes. Everyone is just willing to network and help you. I love it
Right,
so much.
right. And so like entrepreneurs, I feel like so many people starting small businesses, and I feel like the support is like so big here. Like it's a community, so I love it.
Yeah, Atlanta is dope. So you
Hmm.
touched briefly on like your brother being an actor. So like what started your start and how would you say that you got your start in the industry?
hmm So like I said, I started as a dancer, transitioned into modeling. And so I was with an agency, but mostly was doing print and more dance work. And I don't know, I just kind of wanted something more. I wanted like a bigger platform to be on. So I asked them if I could, start kind of transitioning into the acting. So little by little, I would get like smaller roles, the smaller auditions. I started as a bartender with one line and just kind of like worked my way up. But like I said, it was just a little bit of a transition from the modeling into the acting. And from there, I just really, really, really studied it and really, really got into it. And went from there.
What was like, so what role was it when you were a bartender? Like, what was something that was like difficult about that first role? Like, how did you overcome being in your first role?
Oh my gosh. So I feel like the biggest thing overcoming, like when you first start out, like your small role, is just being confident. Confidence is key. Like, because you're going to be nervous. You're going to be like, am I doing it right? Is this like, and don't get me wrong, I've been around sets for a long time, but you still have that little like insecurity,
Feeling.
like, because you're just starting out. Even though it's one line, you're like, should I say it with this tone or should I say it with this tone? Should I say it with a low voice? Should I say it with a high voice? It's just like so many things going through your mind. But like the confidence is what really like has gotten me to where I've where I am now, just because I've learned to just like, okay, if you have that one line, say it the best, most confident way you can. And like it just helps. It allows you to be in that moment and be that character, and just it's just such a good experience like when you do it that way. Sorry.
I feel like it sounds simple, but having confidence is such like a difficult task because you like second guess yourself and you like you said, should I do this? Should I do that?
Right. And especially when you're starting out, it's like nobody's gonna like hold your hand and be like, say it this way, say each line with this way. Your voice was to this. So you kind of just have to figure it out and kind of have to, like I said, get that confidence within yourself to just, okay, well, I like the way this sounds, so I'm gonna try it this way. I'm gonna do it. And so that I think that's the biggest thing I learned from my first experience on set.
Okay, that's dope. So I'm gonna keep that in the back of my mind because one day, I may try to act in things, so I'm gonna know
Yes,
just,
girl.
stay confident.
Yes, girl.
So
Confidence is key.
yes. So who is your favorite actress or actor?
So I love, love, love Zendaya. She is one of my favorite actresses. I know this is very cliche, but obviously Denzel is
Yes.
probably my favorite actor. And then I really love Viola Davis. I think she has a great way of like just making you like really feel her pain or her happiness. Like whenever I watch anything she's doing, I just feel like I really can identify with her. So I really love her. And then Zendaya, just because she's young, she's beautiful, she's so talented, and she's a really great actress. And I just like the things she's done like for her community and just making sure that representation is involved, and so I love her as well. And Denzel, just because I mean, come on, come on now, the talent speaks for itself, and he's just a legend. So those are probably my top three.
Yes, I like all of them. Especially Zendaya. I watched her in, I think her show was called like Euphoria
Yes.
about the kids, and that
Hmm.
show was literally so good. Like
So
it was
good.
crazy.
Right. I love Euphoria. And then did you watch Malcolm and Marie? I feel like that was like,
I haven't seen that one yet.
okay, you got to watch that one. It's very like, it takes place in one setting. It's very, I'm not going to say simple, but it's like a play type of movie, but it's so
Hmm.
good. And like the emotion is really good. It is a really good movie.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yes.
Okay, so into your BMF role,
Mhm.
um, let's get into Lawanda. So, what sort of person is going to like Lawanda?
Ooh, so I feel like Lawanda, the type of people who are gonna like Lawanda are people who are big on loyalty. I feel like no matter what goes on, Lawanda is loyal at the end of the day. And that's kind of like what I was told when I was like creating her character was just like, she's loyal, she's ride or die, she's gonna be there. So I feel like women who have been in situations like that, being loyal to, you know, their man and stuff, I feel like they're gonna love Lawanda, and men who like that type of woman, who want a woman who's gonna be there for them and ride or die. I feel like those are the type of people who are gonna love Lawanda.
Yes, because even on this episode, she like checked him a little bit. She was like, "You
Right.
need to do some stuff
Yes.
by yourself."
That's what I love about her character. Like, even though she is like there for him and a ride or die girl, she's also like, look, here's what I want. Here's what you need to do. Here's what I'm not going to take. You know, she's also no nonsense. So she's not just a complete, like, lay down and get run over. She also has her opinions as well.
Yes, and we've seen those opinions so far.
Right. Right, exactly. She makes them known.
Definitely does. So, how is Lawanda like you or different from you?
So I feel like Lawanda is not like me because I'm not a mother. I do not have any kids, and I'm not married. I don't have a spouse as of now. I'm single, but so that's how we differ. But we are very much alike, and like I said, I just feel like I am one of those people when I am with somebody, or even just friendships, like friends or family, like I'm very loyal. I'm very like down for whatever type of thing. But like I said, I'm also going to voice my opinion. I'm not going to go for anything, but I'm always going to be there. You can always talk to me. I'm always going to, you know, I don't know if I lied to the police for for somebody, but you know, I'm gonna get there to do what I can to make the situation better. So I feel like that's how we're similar. Just the loyalty and like the family aspect, the way she loves her family and wants to keep her family together. I think I'm very much like that as well.
I can agree with that. Like, loyalty is everything. If you don't
Yeah,
have loyalty, I don't know what you have because it's everything.
exactly. It is everything, and it means so much to me. It's like I can love a person to death, but if they're not loyal, then we have a problem. I'd rather you be loyal than really any other quality.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. So, what attracted you to this show?
Ooh, I was attracted to this show because it is a true story, and I've always heard of BMF, like on the Rick Ross songs and Big Meech. Everybody's heard of Big Meech. So when I first got the audition, I just thought it was so cool. Like, dang, they're really making a show out of this. And it's like I'm from Atlanta, you know, like toward the end, all their stuff happened in Atlanta. So I know people and I have family members that were like, no, we used to be in the club with them. Like, you know,
Hey,
come through. Yeah. So I think that's what attracted me to it the most, was just seeing like how it's a true story, and also that Meech was playing his dad. Like, I thought that was so cool. Like, so I really wanted to be a part of it.
yeah, I feel like it's so dope, especially since I'm in St. Louis and they were like in St. Louis a little bit and
Right?
expanded over here. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm excited to see this.
Right, right. So you're waiting for the St. Louis part.
Well, I'm in love with the whole show. One thing about it, I love any of 50 shows. Like, I was a diehard Power fan still to this
Right.
day.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
I love it, but I am kind of waiting for the St. Louis part.
Yeah,
But I'm loving
right.
the show.
Right. And I'm sure you're gonna know, that's the crazy thing. Like, a lot of people from Detroit know the landmarks and everything. They're like, oh, she's talking about Pontiac, or she's talking about this stadium and stuff. So I'm sure when they come to Atlanta, I'm gonna be like, oh, there's so and so, there's so and so. And when they go to St. Louis, you're gonna be like,
Right.
yeah. So I think that's cool too, how they're like capturing the different cities and like the different vibes of those cities.
Yes, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't wait. It's a good story. I'm ready for Sunday
Oh,
already.
I'm excited too.
Okay, so if you could be any other character on the show, who would you choose to be and why?
If I could be any other character on the show, I think I would be Meech. I mean, just because he's Meech and like he just has like that I don't care attitude, that boss attitude. Like, I really love his character, and I love the way he's playing it. Like it's really, really good. But I think it's fun, and also like the stunts and everything, being able to, because my goal is to be an action actress.
Hmm.
So all the like the fighting scenes and the gun scenes, I love that stuff. So I think I would have to be Meech if I had to play another character.
Yeah, he's really killing it. I think my
Right?
favorite part was last episode when he was like,
Mm.
"You think I'm flashy?" And he
Oh
like, "What?"
my!
Like,
I
duh.
swear I rewinded it like 10 times. I thought that was so funny. You think I'm flashy? And then he holding up the ring. Like
Yeah,
Meech. Yeah,
that's
I
funny.
loved it. He's hilarious. But yeah,
So
he's
would you?
a great job playing the role. I think it's so
I think so too, and I think it's cool that he was able to play his father. And then
good.
sometimes I see
Right.
him upload those messages of his dad, like, "Yeah, son." I'm
Yeah.
like, that is so dope.
Isn't it? It's so cool. And it's so like good being a part of it. I feel like just the family, like seeing how much they love it and how like passionate they are about it. And Meech's mom in real life, like she's just going crazy over it. Her and McCole, the one who plays her, they've gotten like this. Like it's so beautiful. I love seeing
That's dope.
it.
So, okay, so you said you would be Meech. Would you say that Meech is your favorite character besides yourself?
Yeah. Uh, yes, either Meech or Terry. I love them both, honestly. I love like that, like gangsta, edgy, down for whatever. Like, well, even though Terry sometimes, he don't be with all that. He gotta stay cool for me. But I love the way they play the roles, and I just love how it's like. And y'all haven't even seen nothing yet. Like, there's more action. There's more like I don't want to give it away, but all types of stuff. So. I would definitely want to be one of them.
I feel like yeah, they're playing their roles, and
They
I'm
are.
ready for all the action.
Yes, it's coming, girl. It's coming.
Okay, so you're an actress. What are you watching on Netflix? Like, what is a typical TV day with you if you do watch TV?
So I love anything that's like mysterious. I'm sorry, mysterious or like um any type of like crime shows. I love You. You is one of my favorite shows, and like a lot of my friends are like, that show is weird. That man like a serial killer. Why are you watching that? But I love stuff like that. So You is probably my favorite right now. And then I also just started today, so I barely got anywhere, but Squid Games. That's the next one I'm starting on. Yes. Have you seen it yet?
No, okay, so I tried to get into You and I couldn't get into it.
Really?
And then now I'm seeing like I think they're on season 3 and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, the girl that he stalked, he's married to now. I was so confused. So I haven't gotten into it. And
Okay.
then Squid Games, I've seen it all online, but I haven't seen that yet.
Right, right, right. Okay, okay, gotcha. No, like You is like right up my alley because I love like I said, anything mysterious or any type of like crime shows, like guessing who's the killer. Like I love stuff like that. I think I was a detective in a past life or something.
So wait, did you watch How to Get Away with Murder? I
Yes,
feel like that. Oh
yes,
my god, I love that show.
yes, me too. I love, love, love that one. I didn't finish it though. Did you go all the way through?
Yes, I could.
Really?
That was just something I was when I'm with the show, I'm all in, and I
Right.
was so sad the last episode, but it is so good.
Oh.
You have to watch it. We have to talk about this.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we will. We will. No, I didn't finish it. I gotta finish it though, just because you said that. I stopped. I can't remember what season I stopped, but I gotta go back and watch it. But I
It
heard that
gets
that season
so
finale was
crazy.
like crazy.
Yes, very crazy.
Right. I gotta go.
Okay, yeah. So, what was like a challenge in your career that you've had, and how do you feel like you overcame it?
Um, that's a good question. I feel like the biggest challenge I've had is, well, two things. Having patience and, like I said before, the insecurity thing. A lot of the time, like when you're not getting called back, when you're not hearing anything, you're submitting all these auditions. Literally, I have submitted thousands of auditions, literally. And obviously, I have not booked all of them. And so in the beginning when you're first starting out, it's like it sounds like a no. It feels like a no. It feels like rejection. So that was probably the hardest part for me in the beginning. And I overcame it by just realizing that like the greatest had to start somewhere. You know, like the greatest submitted 1,000 auditions as well. I read somewhere that Kevin Hart was on a red carpet, and at the last second they told him they didn't want him to do it. Like we found somebody else, and this was like his big gig. It was like the biggest thing he's ever had, and now he's the highest paid comedian there is. So I feel like I had to like start looking at stuff like that, like Halle Berry, Viola Davis, Zendaya. They all had to start somewhere. They all submitted a million auditions. But like I said in the beginning, it feels like, are they even watching it? Like, is anybody, like I felt like that was a good one, but I didn't hear back. But you can't take it personal. Like, you really can't. It's really just about continuing to go. You can only get better each audition. And so once I got that mindset, and then also just having fun, I had to get in the mindset of like, having a good time. Like, let me just do this audition, and how am I feeling today? I'm feeling funny. Let me put some humor into it. And that helped me kind of just like relax. And once that started happening, I swear I started booking because I just like relaxed and started having fun with it.
I feel like that is so true, just like in general, because I'm a broadcast major and I graduated in 2020. And I like that is like my life story right now. People
Right.
like, oh, you fill out the application, we're
Yeah.
not hiring you. And I'm like, okay, like, what did I do?
Right, right. And oh my gosh, like, and it's like a terrible feeling, but like I told you before, everybody has their story. I rarely know of any, broadcast majors or actresses who just like auditioned and the second audition they booked something, So
Right.
you just have to know it's part of the journey. And one thing somebody told me a long time ago was like, because I remember I was like, I don't know if it's going to work out. And they were like, no, it is going to work out. Like, there can't be a if it's going to work out. It is going. Once you get that mindset, I swear it's like the world just like manifestation. It just starts coming together. So even though it feels personal and it feels like, are they not reading my stuff? Like, no, it's not personal, and it's only a matter of time before that one person's like, oh, I really like this girl. So, but as long as you're getting better, like that's all that matters, as long as you're growing.
Right. They say it only takes one person and nothing good comes easy. So I guess we just gotta stay patient.
And stay patient and persistent. Yeah.
Okay, so what challenges have you faced with picking this role as Lawanda for the BMF show?
I think the biggest challenge I faced was kind of just figuring out who she was because I'm sorry. Um, So Lawanda is a real person in real life, obviously, but I wasn't able to talk to her. So whereas like a lot of the characters were able to like talk to, obviously Meech's dad is him, Terry was able to talk to Terry a lot. I wasn't really able to talk to Lawanda in real life. So I kind of had to like create, I got like pointers. I got pointers from
Mhm.
Terry and his sister and the executive producer and stuff like that. They just said like she's a ride or die, but I kind of had to create my version of ride or die, loyal, how it would be with my man versus versus being able to sit down with her and being like, oh, her mannerisms are this way. She kind of like does this when she talks. She kind of does this with her eyes. So I wasn't able to do that. So that was the biggest challenge. But I feel like I was able to create, like I said, my own version of her. And I feel like it's turning out pretty.
No, I think so because I'm like, girl, you killing it on the screen. Like, if I must say, the attitude, the
Okay.
what you say, like,
Right, right.
it feels real.
Yes, and that was like what I was told. Like, she has attitude. She wasn't that friendly, super friendly, hanging out with all the guys. Like she wasn't that girl. She was chill in the house. She loved Terry to death. She wrote for him. When he got shot, she was there. Bam, that's it. So, like I said, I kind of had that and was able to go. But like I said, the challenge is probably just not being able, because when you watch like biopics and stuff, um,
Mhm.
like Jamie Foxx as Ray Charles, or like J Lo as Selena. Like those people are embodying them from like head to toe, you know, like the way
Right.
they walk, the way they move. So wasn't able to do that, unfortunately, but like I said, it still turned out good.
No, I think so. You killing
Right,
it. We can't tell.
right. Thank you.
So, what do you feel like makes a good scene partner?
Ooh. A good scene partner is someone who connects with you. I feel like, um, especially in the eyes, I feel like the eyes tell everything. So someone who's just able to like be open and vulnerable, like, and you have to trust your scene partners. So a lot of those like emotions you're feeling that you kind of want to hide, that like feel like very vulnerable, and that was, I'm not gonna lie, if I'm being super honest, like that was one of my biggest blocks in the beginning, was because I'm one of those people, like I don't like people seeing me cry, like I don't like people seeing me upset. But you have to like trust your scene partner, and your scene partner has to let you trust them to be as open as you want. And I feel like I learned that in I did a class out here. His name is Rob Mello,
Mhm.
and Rob Mello is great, you all, in Atlanta, by the way. But he really helped me with like that open vulnerability and just allowing me to like trust your scene partner. But like I said, your scene partner has to be open and like make you feel like you want to trust them. Because a lot of the time, if you're like standing in front of somebody feeling like you want to cry and they're sitting there like, you know, what's for lunch? It's like, I'm not gonna cry for you. You know, you're not, you don't feel it. But if someone's like open and being connecting with you and being like on the same level as you, it makes the most beautiful scene. And y'all are gonna see some of that in BMF too. But yeah, I think that's what makes a great scene partner.
I feel like you guys are doing a good job though, because even in the hospital scene when he first got shot, and you were like, okay, you really walking out to go look for your brother, like you're hurt. I
Right.
feel like it made, it was a good scene. And he
Yes.
plays in All American too, and I watched that, so I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like close, because he shows a lot of emotion there too.
He does, and he did really good with me. I feel like we were like good friends offset as well. So that was like, and that's also a great thing that comes into play with a good scene partner, is like having that connection sometimes outside of set, like where it's like, oh, this is my good friend. Like I really am able to trust them and I know them. Like Russell and McCole, they've the mom and the dad, they have been working together, I think, for like 20 something years since,
Wow.
yes. Yeah. So they started out in theater together. So they really trust each other. They know each other's families. They go out, they're able to have a friendship outside of the set. So when they get on set, it's like I genuinely trust you. And so I feel like me and Da Vinci did a good job with that as well. It's just like being able to connect and have like a good, friendship and trust each other.
That's dope. So it sounds like on set you guys are like just a big family and
Yes,
friends.
yes, yes. Everybody like gets along, and of course, like the 50 boys, they're all really cool, like 12th Street. But of course, they're all, some of the 12th Street is really cool with the 50 boys. They don't keep it separate in real life. But yeah, they're all cool. Everybody pretty much got along.
When you just said 50 boys, I heard the scene from last episode when they were like 50 boys
Yeah.
and they all hopped in the car.
50 boys. It's so funny. Like I see people on Twitter like picking their side. They're like 50 boys all day. And then some of them are like, I fuck with 12th Street.
I think I'm rolling with the 50 boys.
So,
The other guy got out and he's been getting on my nerves a little bit. I'm gonna have to roll with 50 boys because they came to my city.
right. You're not feeling Lamar.
No, they need to just go ahead and ship him on back to the crazy house because I'm tired of
Right,
Lamar.
right. They got to get him up out of there, right? That's who. But yeah, I saw that on Twitter too. People are like, "Can y'all get Lamar up out of here?" Lamar and Kato, like, can y'all?
Oh my god. Kato, I'm done with her too. By the way, I'm that person on Twitter talking my stuff
Right,
about the show.
right. But see, that's what we're talking about, loyalty. Gotta be loyal.
Right. So how do you feel like you've progressed in your career and grown from like when you first started?
When I first started, Um, I think just like I said, not taking things personally, learning to, so this is like an actor tip, learning to stay in the character. I feel like a lot of the time I used to get stuck on the lines and stuck on the scene, and I've just learned to just literally just be. It's like just be that person in the scene, and I swear the lines will just start flowing. Of course, like have an idea of them. Don't just make up your own stuff. But I feel like that I've grown as an actress, learning that to just kind of let go of the lines and just be in the moment. And I've just grown as an artist just by, like I said, taking rejection and just, and even when it comes to industry things, like just not taking things so personal. It's like there's so many times like I feel like we can be like, did that person maybe she didn't like me, or maybe this, or with producers or something like, oh my gosh, I didn't get a call back. Like I got a call back, but I didn't book the role. Was it because I walked in there and didn't shake her hand? It's just like so many things can go through your brain. And I'm an overthinker. I don't know about
Me
you.
too.
Gosh, I overthink everything. So, but part of this industry is just like kind of growing out of that and just learning, like I said, that like as long as you are confident, as long as you go in there and do your best, and it's like, and in no way cocky, but now when I do an audition, I'm like, well, that was my version of it. It's like, well, that's what I thought was good. So it's like if someone didn't like it, it's and even like when it comes to Lawanda, like there are some people who aren't gonna like the portrayal or any character, but you just have to be confident within yourself and learn to just, as long as you are doing it the way you want to do it and that you're walking in your truth, then nothing else matters. So that it's been a process for me, but that has been the most like growth that I've shown as an artist, is just learning to love what you do and love your art, and kind of like having an attitude like, I mean, like I said, as long as I did my best, then the rest, is not up to me. It's not, my problem. And like I said, in no way like cocky or anything like that, but just kind of knowing how to be confident in what you do.
So basically, just be humble just a tad bit, but pop your stuff too.
Right.
Like I
A
did that.
little bit of both, exactly. A little bit of both. And I feel like, and that's the one thing I don't like, when people are like too big headed, where they're just like, where they can't take any direction or can't take any advice. You also don't want to be one of those people. But like I said, you do want to be enough to where if you are feeling like, a little insecure or anything, you have that little voice in your head that's like, you're good.
That's good. I feel like that's like a great way to like share that with everyone. Because it seemed like just looking from the comments, it's a lot of people vibing with this. Like, okay,
Right, right. And she said, okay, yes, and I gotta look at the comments.
yeah, people are giving us some good feedback in the comments. Hey, y'all, I'm loving y'all
Hey,
comments.
guys. Excuse my voice if you're just joining. I know I sound way different.
So, what advice would you have for anyone that is looking to get into the industry?
Um, the biggest advice I would have is to just stay persistent and just know that, like I said, like even though it feels like you're not getting those calls and nobody's watching, to just keep going, because at some point all it takes is one person, like I said before, to like your tape or your audition, and then just connect with people, like make relationships and build your reel. Like in the meantime, when you're sitting and when it feels like you're not doing anything, because a lot of the time, like when I first started, I was like, well, what can I do? Like there's nothing to do, but there's so much to do. Watching movies is a form of studying. Um, Learning monologues, getting your reel done, putting stuff on tape, finding a friend to do a scene with, going to acting class. Acting class really, really, really helped me because I was nowhere near as good as I was before I started acting class. So there's so many things to do. And even though it feels like you know, you're just sitting and waiting around. Like I said, just stay persistent, um, do your very best, persistent, patience, prayer if you're a prayer, and it will all come together eventually.
I feel like those are all great tips. You have a comment, Sydney. Someone said you're doing a good job as my grandson's little Terry's mom.
Oh my gosh, see, that's
Real big Meech
mom.
mom said that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. She's so sweet. I love her to death. She is so sweet. Thank you. That's the best compliment.
Right.
Yes, shout out to Meech's mom in real life. This is real big Meech's mom.
We got her in the live. Hey, Mama Meech.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. She's so sweet.
How do you like study then? You said like watching movies. Like, how do you remember your lines and get into that character?
Ooh, so the biggest way I remember lines is, so someone taught me this a long time ago, and it just made so much sense, is by like if you take a monologue and you know what is going on. Like if it's a long sentence about, first, I woke up this morning and brushed my teeth. I was really tired. Okay, in your mind. Okay, what did I do this morning? I woke up, brushed my teeth. I was pretty sleepy, pretty tired. Like, they're not going to kill you if you say sleepy versus tired, you know? So just have in your mind, like, what's going on in the scene. Okay, I know I walk in and I'm mad at him. And the first line is, it kind of just comes with you. Just kind of be in that moment. So, like I said, just taking lines and just having that emotion of the character. If I'm playing a nurse in my head, I'm going to be that nurse for the day. And then if it's a frantic situation, if someone's being rushed into the hospital, I'm just going to have that type of demeanor and that type of mindset. And then, like I said, of course you have to go by the lines. Don't just make up your own thing, but you don't have to be like, okay, the comes before of, or a comes before the, you know, you kind of just create your own, like, what's going on in the scene. Is that making sense? Or am I kind of like,
No, that makes sense. You
okay,
had me when you said like if the line was sleepy and then you say you're tired, like they don't kill you. Like I always wondered that do you have to remember it word from word, or if you
right?
say something it means the same thing, is that okay? So that's good to know.
Yes. And every now and then they have like a script supervisor who will come over and be like, okay, it was you were way off, you know, like you said this instead of this. But there have been so many times I've watched myself on TV and they choose a take where the lines are nowhere near what was on the script. And I'm like, that was not the script, but that emotion was there, you know? So people are going to remember the emotion. They're not going to remember, like, oh, she said that word wrong and this was on the page, you know? So really just embodying the character and being like, okay, today I am playing this. And do your research. That's the other thing. Like, there are a lot of roles I play that I don't really know about. So let me go look up what a cop is like, what a nurse is like, you know, what they do in the mornings, like what their day is like. So you can really like put that into the character. So that's a great tip as well.
That's good. And I was going to ask you, do you watch yourself on TV? Because I know it sometimes it's like, that's me. Like you hear your own voice.
Right. Oh my gosh. It's so funny because like it used to not bother me. Like I used to be fine. I used to love it. But as of recently, I do not like it. Like now, all of a sudden, I'm just like, like, it was that what I did. So, so I do watch myself, but I am not a fan of it as of lately. As of lately, I'm kind of like, I watch, but I'm kind of like this. But it didn't used to bother me. I don't know what happened.
You gotta watch yourself. You on the hottest show out right
Right.
now.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, definitely watching the show. But like I said, like you said, sometimes you're like, my voice was a little, you know, or like, did I sound like that day? You know, so but no, it's such a good thing to be on these shows. So you can't not watch it, you know, it's
Right.
too good to not watch. But sometimes I'd be kind of like, ooh.
Okay, so you've been in the City magazine.
Yeah.
Got it right here. You've been in there. When are we getting you on this cover? That's what I
Oh
need to
my
know.
God, I am ready when y'all are. Y'all
We
set the date,
ready.
right? Y'all set the date. I am ready. I'm excited because I'm in there, but I ain't been on the cover yet. So let's get that cover rolling.
Right. Y'all heard this. Sid is going to be on the cover. So y'all, make sure y'all tune in and copy our copy.
Right.
And do you still make bracelets?
I do. Okay, so I've slowed down a little bit since the acting has picked up, but I do still do the, if you all don't know, I used to make like these crystal holistic healing. And so I still make them. Like I said, I slowed down a little bit, but I'm gonna pick it back up soon.
Okay, cool. Because I need one. Cardier was like, I need another bracelet for my
Right? I
mom.
I know I gotta get him his. He told me that too. I'm gonna get him his and I'll get you some too.
Okay, cool.
Right.
So last question before you go, because I know you're pretty busy.
Oh, no.
What can we expect from you in the future?
So I just finished a show called Memories with Samuel L. Jackson. I
Girl! Okay, see, that's that black girl magic I
Thank
told
you.
y'all about earlier. It's there. It's there.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. But I have a small role, but it's still like super exciting. It was really fun to be on set with him. And then I just I start next week on a show called Kingdom Business as well. Kirk Franklin is the executive producer. It's like a gospel show. So it's so funny. One of my friends was like, "You going from BMF to the gospel to the choir." But I'm excited for that. And then I really, like I said before, my goal is to be an action actress. So I'm doing some tactical and stunt training. So that is what I'm hoping you all will see me on soon. Some action films, some action shows. So that's the goal. So working on that.
Okay, that's dope. Okay, I'm looking at the comments. Who said? Let's see. Christy says Sydney is booked and busy. My life with KT said my girl is working. Yes, all that.
Yes, y'all. I'm trying to stay busy out here in these streets.
Okay, so since we on this live off the record, I'm a diehard fan of 50 shows. So if they have some little minor roles, let me know. Maybe I could slip in when you and Terry at the restaurant and put a little treat on the table. Let me know.
I got you, girl. I got you. I'm gonna keep you in mind. I'm gonna let them
Let them know.
know. Right.
Well, it's been my pleasure speaking with you. You're so down to earth, a good example of black girl magic. And, this is my, I think third time talking to you. And I'm truly happy for you because your journey is amazing. Keep inspiring us. And I can't wait to see you, in the action role. And I'll be looking for you on the other shows as well.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. You're so sweet as well. It's great
Oh, thank
talking.
you.
Thank you.
Yes.
And we gonna get that covered soon. I'm ready.
Yes, we getting you on this cover.
Right. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for coming on, and
Thank
I
you.
really enjoyed this interview.
I,
So keeping it down to earth because your personality is everything.
oh, thank you. That means so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for joining.
Thank you guys for joining.
Okay.
Stay tuned in for the next live. But thank you guys, and it's been a great interview.
Right. All right. Sounds good. Bye, guys.
Okay. Bye, guys.